Hi, today I'm going to show you how I painted a Ninja Turtle, but not just any Ninja Turtle. Stick around and find out what's so special about this one. Alright, right here I'm basing all of the body parts in a olive green, and then check out how much my hands were shaking. So I think that calls for a little bit of snack time. Alright, back to painting. So yeah, basing everything in a olive green. I actually printed two heads just to test out the skin colors, and the first one I did was just way too green, almost looked blue, which I mean, if you wanted to make your Ninja Turtle that kind of green, then by all means go for it, but I was looking for more of this like yellowy olive green, and I absolutely loved how it turned out. So yep, basing everything in this olive green, and then right here gonna be spraying from the bottom up, doing some shadows. It's just a little bit of a darker olive green. Everything's from Vallejo, not using the proper names, but again, I'll put those in the description. I'll list out all of the paints that I used. Right here, spraying from the top down using that apple color, that green apple, getting a nice green highlight on everything. Absolutely love the detail on this model, all of the little skin wrinkles and the veins, the muscle definition in this model was absolutely insane. The amount of times that I put it together halfway just like this was more of the times than I could count. I was so excited about doing this. And then right here, silly putty. It's a great trick that I learned. Everybody who does this hobby absolutely hates masking, but with silly putty, it makes it a whole lot easier. So you can actually mold it to the model exactly how you need it. The silly putty doesn't stick to the model and like rip up the paint, which I had a huge problem with until I started using silly putty. So this shell was probably the hardest part about this entire model. Wasn't the tedious part, just the most difficult. I had a real problem like making it too brown at one point, but you'll see I add some more colors to it. So right there, basing it in a dark earth from Vallejo, and then after coming with a light brown from the top down, giving it some nice highlights, and then I'll use a darker brown right there, spraying from the bottom up, giving it some shadows. And then I come through, I dry brush some like a little bit of yellows or like some orangey tans into each little like armor plate of it. And right there, the cocoa bean and the fawn, the two colors I always use for leather. And with the magic of editing, boom, you only have to sit through a minute of me painting these leather straps. But let me tell you, it took me way longer than a minute. Probably around 45, honestly. And you've probably seen it by now, but that giant skull right in the middle, this is a mashup of the Punisher and a Ninja Turtle. It's kind of basing it off the last Ronin comic, where there's only one brother left. You don't know which brother it is until about like halfway through the comic. And let me tell you, it was a very big surprise. I thought it was gonna be, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna let you find out in a little bit. I think either these straps or all the pouches were the most tedious part of this entire model. Most of the time I love painting. I love it, it's my hobby. But I don't know, sometimes there's things that are making me second guess it, and these straps were definitely one of them. Right here, taking that fawn and dry brushing some texture, all the little stitches that are actually sculpted into the model got lifted up by this fawn color, just making the leather look a little bit more used and abused, just a little bit more like actually beat up. Same thing with the knee pads, use that cocoa bean color, and then I'm only gonna make you watch me paint one of these knee pads. Later I go through and use like a gunmetal silver to actually paint the actual knee pad. Everything else was just that leather. Using this tyrant skull from Citadel and a ripped up sponge, I just dab the skull. I love how it turns out. Looks very faded and splotchy, exactly what I was going for. I was debating doing some splatter around it, but ended up not doing it. So right here, masked off the hand with the silly putty and just basing the bandana in white and then using some Ferrari red as more of a shadow. Did the shadows first just because I felt like it was gonna turn out better. You might think it was Raph, and then boom, pulled out the orange. The last Ronin is actually Michelangelo. And then right here, you can see those giant gaps in the model, or the base. So use some cardboard to make like a bottom base, like a barrier, because I'm gonna fill those gaps. Most of the time I do it with wood filler. Like and subscribe. Yeah, like I was saying, most of the time I do it with wood filler, but you're about to see that I was actually out and I didn't know it. Toss that junk away right there and then break out the milli putt. I'm not a fan of milli putt just because I'm new to it and I don't really know how to use it. So I know you're supposed to mix it together and then 3 to 4 hours it hardens, but it didn't really harden. Like to this day, it is still a little bit soft. So definitely did something wrong, probably didn't mix it together. And then that premium rock that I found in my backyard, I used to give the milli putt more of a rocky texture. And then the base, super easy. You just slap down some earthy colors and call it a day. I actually used this this real moss to add to the base, and that's it. Here's the reveal. Thank you guys for joining. Please like and subscribe, it really helps. Last video we got 6 likes. Let's try to get this one to 10, and then ready for next week's video. Actually, it's not going to be next week. I actually have to go for a little work trip. I'll be gone pretty much all week, but week after that I'll get the next video up. It's going to be super cool, really cool character I absolutely love. I'll definitely drop some hints in the next couple days, and yeah, hopefully you guys can figure it out. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time.